somebody can tell me, what do we call this mathematical tool? Inside our chat, please. What is this mathematical tool called? Okay, what is this mathematical tool called? Guys, you can tell me in the chat. A protractor. Well done, everybody. So, this mathematical tool is called a protractor. And who can tell me what is it used to measure? What's it used to measure? You can just tell me in the chat. What do we use protractors to measure? Good, guys. We use it to measure angles. Well done. So it's a protractor, and we use a protractor to measure our angles. So what we're going to do together is we're going to fill in the missing words to complete the steps for drawing an angle using a protractor. Okay, so when I move the screen down, you're going to see that there's some missing words. We're going to fill in the missing words, okay, to complete the steps for drawing an angle using a protractor. All right, so let's go have a look. Step number 1. Step 1 says, choose a point on the line and make a small mark. Okay, so step 1 says, choose a point on the line and make a small mark. All right, so while we are doing the steps, we will at the same time, okay, we will fill them in. So I'm going to draw a line here on the side. Okay, there's my line. All right, I need to choose a point on the line and I need to make a small mark. So my favorite color, I'm going to use a purple. So there's my purple. My mark's a bit big so you guys can see it. Okay, so I've chosen a point on the line and I've made a small mark. All right, step 2. Okay, now it says, place the something of the protractor on the mark with its baseline on baseline something, okay, the line. All right, guys, so place the. So I want to draw an angle. Okay, I want to draw an angle. All right, I've been given a protractor, I've been given a line. All right, what do I need to place on my mark? Okay, well done, guys. I need to place the origin. So I'm going to go, all right, so there's my protractor. I'm putting it on the line and I'm putting my origin, okay, on my point. Well done. So that's origin. So I'm going to go right there. Origin. Well done, guys. Place the origin. Okay. So place the origin of the protractor on the mark with the baseline. So what is the baseline? Let's go see. They've said to me baseline. And from what I can tell, this line here looks like the baseline. So it's kind of like the line that goes through the origin. Would you guys agree with me? Okay, would you guys agree with me? It's the line that goes through the origin. Are you happy with me saying that? Are we all good? Awesome. Okay, so I've taken my protractor, right? I've placed my origin on my points and my baseline. Okay, what have I done to my baseline? I have made it so that it is, what can I say? Can I say that maybe it is covering the line? Or I can say that with its baseline on the line. Are you guys happy with that? Somebody saying to me, is it important to put the baseline on the protractor? Yes, it is. Place the origin of the protractor with the baseline on the line. Good, well done, guys. Good, I'm happy with that. Good, well done. Cool. All right. Okay, let's see the next point. Let's see our next point. What does our next point ask for us? Step 3. Step 3. make a mark at the correct, all right, so I'm drawing an angle here. I need to draw an angle using a protractor. Somebody tell me, what should we make our angle? How many degrees do you guys want to make this angle? Give me some degrees. Give me a random degree. Somebody in the chat. 45 degrees. Okay, let's go make a 45-degree angle. All right, so I've made sure that that's there and that's there. I'm going to make my protractor a little bit smaller so we can see it. Okay, we want to make a 45-degree angle. So let's go have a look. I need to go and see where 45 degrees is on my protractor. So very luckily, we're quite lucky here, okay, that we're using this beautiful board that we've been blessed with, all right? Because do you see this? Let's see if we can do a magic pen here. Do you see on my screen how I've made it so that you can see that 0 degrees there in the center, guys? All right, we're going to focus on that part there where it says 0 degrees. Watch this. So we're going to go and we're going to read. Oh dear. All right, here we go. Do you see it's going up, 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 up until it reaches 45 degrees. So where's 45 degrees? Well, it goes from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, and between 40 and 50, we've got 45. I'm going to move my protractor out of the way. All right, and make my mark a little bit bigger so you guys can see it nicely. Oh dear, it's disappeared. Let's bring him back a little bit. Whoopsie daisy. So I'm bringing him back. There was my 45 degrees. It's because we were using the magic pen, that's why. That's where my 45-degree mark was, so I'm making a line there for you guys. I'm going to move him out the way. All right. So what do my points say? It says, make a mark at the correct, what are we going to say? Make a mark at the correct degree mark, okay? At the correct degree mark. Okay. So let's see what some people have said here. They have said, is it important for it to be accurate? Yes, guys, it's very important for it to be accurate. Okay, it must be accurate. What if the angle is bigger than the protractor? Unlikely that the angle will be bigger than the protractor, but let's say that you get an angle that's bigger than 180 degrees. Then you need to move over 180 degrees and you need to work out. Let's see if we get any more of those when we practice. Okay, but unlikely. Man, should it not be at the top line of numbers? All right, you can draw it at the top line of numbers. That's if you're going from the other side. So you can draw it that way as well. Let me show you. So if we move it back here, and you want to do it from the top layer of numbers, you can go 0. I'm just going to go a bit bigger. You can go from this side, and you can go, oh dear, from 0. Sorry guys, the screen's going a bit funny. You can go from 0 on this side, from your left-hand side, all the way to, where's 45? It's sitting over there. So you could make a mark on that side as well. Either side, it works, it's fine. Okay, so you can draw it on either side. Either side is absolutely fine. All right. Okay, let's see what our next point is. So we've drawn our degree mark. Let's see what the last point is here. The last point says, use A. Okay, use A. What are we going to use to join those lines, guys? What are we going to use to join those lines? What do you use when you want to join the line? Use a what? Use a what? What must we use to join those? Good, well done. I'm seeing so many smart people today. Well done, guys. We're going to use a ruler. Now, my ruler's hidden a little bit, so I'm going to use my line tool, but you would use your ruler, and we're going to go and we're going to join those points. So either I can join that point to that point, okay, and I can go say to myself that this is 45 degrees, so that was 45 degrees. Or like somebody said to me, ma'am, can't I go join it on the other side? Of course you can. I could go join that point and that point together. Okay, so it should make them a little bit straighter. I could have used that one to that one instead, and this one would be 45 degrees. Okay, either one is fine. So we're going to say use a ruler to join the two marks you have made. All right. Somebody said to me, is it possible to use the protractor as a ruler? Sure. You can use the protractor as a ruler. You can use the straight side. I know sometimes in a test or exam we forget. Okay, so just be careful. All right. Okay. All right. Are we all good? I'm seeing Mr. Hugo is answering some of your questions in the chat, so that looks good. Okay. All right, guys. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to move on. Okay, we're going to move on to our next section now. And in our next section, we're going to have a look at using our protractor to measure the following angles. So I know that this can sometimes maybe seem a little bit boring because it's quite difficult for you guys to use the protractor on your side. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask some people for some help. All right, you're going to tell me how I can use the protractor to measure these angles. So I'm looking for some people's help. The first thing I'm going to ask you, okay, when you look at these angles, is I'm going to ask you to tell me, does this look like, first of all, an acute angle, a right angle, an obtuse angle, or a reflex angle? So first you're going to name the angle for me, okay? And then you're going to help me measure the angle. So I've got Christina whose hand's up already. Christina, are you going to help me out? Oh, Christina, you disappeared. All right, I've got somebody here whose name is on the screen called Next Turn. Next
Hi,
Turn,
ma'am.
Hi, are you going to help me out?
Yes, ma'am.
What is your name? It's not Next Turn, I'm assuming.
No, ma'am.
No, okay. All right, do you want to help me out with this question? So what do you think this angle looks like, first of all?
A right angle triangle. A right angle, sorry.
So that's okay. So first of all, you're thinking it looks like a right angle. Cool.
Yes, ma'am.
I agree with you. It kind of looks like a right angle. Agreed. Okay, what's one way that we can prove whether it is or isn't a right angle? What are we going to do?
We could use a protractor, ma'am, to measure the degrees.
Awesome. So talk me through it. What do I need to do?
You take the protractor and you on the organ,
Yeah.
you put on the organ and you check the degrees.
Cool. So I've got my protractor. Oh dear, my screen's doing weird things. Let's move this away quickly. Okay, so I've got my protractor. Apologies. Let's try to see if we can get rid of this thing that's appeared on our screen quickly. Okay, I've got my protractor. Apologies. Oh dear. One last try. Oh, come on. Okay, I've taken my protractor. I'm going to try as best I can. All right, I've taken my protractor. All right, and I need to put it on the origin. So
yes, ma'am.
I've got it on the origin. Is that right?
It's not completely right because it's not touching the complete thing, ma'am.
Awesome. So my baseline needs to also be touching, hey?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. All right. Now what do I need to do? Now I need to measure, hey?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm quite lucky because my protractor actually has like this magical tool thing that I can use. Are you ready? All right,
Yes,
so I'm going to
ma'am.
use this green line. I'm going to sync it up with that part there. Okay. And then I'm going to press this arrow. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So it's telling me that it was 88 degrees. So this angle measures 88 degrees. So tell me, is it a right angle?
Not completely. It's not a right angle.
It's not a right angle. So what is it?
An acute.
Well done. So it's 88 degrees, and that means it is an
Acute.
acute angle. Well done. What is your name?
Azande.
Azande. Thank you so much, Azande, for your help.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
All right. I'm gonna go to import. Import, do you want to help me with the next one? Import, you're with me. Okay. All right. Let's try Vuyiswa. Vuyiswa, are you with me? Vuyiswa?
Mm.
Hi, Vuyiswa. Can you hear me? Hi, Vuyiswa. Vuyiswa, can you hear me? All right. Sorry, I can't hear
Hi, ma'am.
Vuyiswa. Hi, Vuyiswa. Can you hear me? All right. I'm going to go to Unati. Unati. Hi, Unati. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Hi, Unati. How are you?
Fine, and you, ma'am?
I'm good, thanks. Right, Unati, we're going to do this one together. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Unati, tell me first, what kind of angle is this? Is it a right angle? Is it an acute angle? What kind of angle is this?
I think, ma'am, it's an acute.
Well done, acute angle. Cool. So it looks like an acute angle. What's one way to test whether it actually is an acute angle, though? What must we do?
To use the, what is it called, ma'am? Again?
You tell me. What's it called?
Yeah.
It's called the
I think, ma'am, to
protractor.
measure
Hey?
like, yeah.
Well done. Okay, so I got my protractor. All right. Do I need to shift this protractor around a little bit? Do you agree? I need to move it
No.
around, hey? Are you sure? He was a little bit weird. He wasn't like the right
No,
way,
it
this
wasn't.
protractor. Okay, so remember, Unati, you're allowed to move this protractor any way you want to move it, hey? Because if you looked at that angle, okay, and normally when I look at a protractor looks like that. Do you agree? Like it sits like that on my desk, okay? So normally
Yes,
a
ma'am.
protractor sits like that. And now I've got this angle that it looks kind of weird. All right, but just because it looks weird doesn't mean that you can't move your protractor all the way around, okay? All right, so it doesn't mean that you can't shift your protractor when you've got a weird angle like that. So I'm gonna take my protractor, I'm gonna put it on the angle like that, all right? But then I'm gonna shift it. Do you see me shifting it like this? It's the same as if you had a
Yes,
piece of
ma'am.
paper, Unati, and you just go and you just move the protractor, okay? I've seen some students, they're moving their whole book. They're holding their book upside down. No, just move your protractor. Okay, makes sense.
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
cool. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna measure this angle. So for me, I'm quite lucky because I got the special protractor. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take this line like that. Make sure the line matches up. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your ruler and you're gonna make that line longer, hey? All right. Let's see what it says. What does this line add up to, Nati?
40 degrees.
40 degrees. Isn't that beautiful? Yo, I love maths. Look at that.
It was
40
very easy.
degrees. Oh, easy, hey? Cool. Well done. Thank you so much, Nati, for the help. Don't forget, can you move your protractor around?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
hey? Awesome, well done. All right, guys, so hopefully you can see that you're allowed to move that protractor all the way around, okay? All right, we are going to move on and we're going to have a look at what we're going to do in tonight's lesson. So that was all about measuring angles. That was all about looking at angles, okay? Tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to look now and we're going to focus a little bit on parallel and perpendicular lines and how to draw parallel and perpendicular lines a little bit. So we've worked with a protractor, we've seen how we measure angles. We might come back a little bit later if we've got a little bit more time, all right? But for now, let's go and spend a little bit of time on perpendicular and parallel lines, guys. So my question says, choose the correct definition. So I wanted you guys to spend some time. I don't want you to put the answers in the chat yet. I want you to spend some time and I want you to have a look at the following 4 questions for Mr. Hugo and myself. Have a look at those questions for us. Okay. Have a look at those questions for us and you go and choose the right answers and then we're going to ask some people to help us out with those. All right. So don't put the answers in the chat. No hands up yet. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Go and try first. Okay. I don't know about you, Mr. Hugo, but I am loving seeing so many people's cameras on tonight, seeing so many people working really hard.
Yes, it is so nice seeing all the faces, and I want to remind everybody that hard work pays off, guys. Well done for being here with us tonight at 5 o'clock in the evening after a long day of school and extramural activities for most of you as well, and still coming and enjoying maths with us. Guys, hard work pays off. You guys will
Absolutely.
really receive this reward.
Well done, grade 7. We're so proud of you. All right, 1 more minute. Uma, I saw your hand was up first, so don't worry, you are first to answer, I promise, Uma. All right. Okay, that was 2 minutes. That went so quick. All right, Mr. Umar, let's go. Question number A. Umar, how are you tonight?
I'm okay. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good, thank you. Just cold, like I said. Umar, tell me, the first question. Parallel lines. What
Never
are they?
meet.
Do they meet? They never meet. Well done, Umar. You were paying attention when we did this last week, eh? We know
Yes.
that parallel lines are never, ever going to meet, hey?
Yes.
Well done. What do parallel lines look like again? Let's have a look. Let's draw them on the side here for everybody. Umar, talk to me.
They are opposite each other and they
Good.
have the same distance.
Good. They opposite each other. They have the same distance. And they
Apart
start
from each other.
good, apart from each other. Good. And they start and they end with arrows, hey?
Yes.
Okay, don't forget the arrows because it says that they are lines, hey?
Yes.
All right. What else can we put on them, Amar? What shows us that they are parallel? Can you remember?
2 arrows.
Well done. They've got arrows on them. Well done. So, on the lines themselves, they've got an arrow like that and an arrow like that. Well done, Umar. Thank you so much. So that shows that they are parallel lines. Thank you, Umar. Well done. All right, Leletu. Leletu, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Leletu. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am.
Good. Leletu, perpendicular lines. What happens with them?
They meet at 90 degrees.
Well done, Leletu. So if they meet at 90 degrees, is it fair to say that they look kind of like this, hey? So they are lines, and if they're lines, it means that they start and they end with arrows, hey? Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I've got a start with an arrow and an end with an arrow. All right. And here, I start with an arrow and I end with an arrow. And how do I show that they've got 90 degrees in between them? How do I show that? Can you remember, Leletu?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so how I show that is I draw a little square between the two of them. And that means that there is a 90 degree, hey?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Promise, promise, hey? Thank you. Have a good evening, Laletu. All right. Miss Christina. Christina,
Hello.
can you hear me? Hi,
Yes,
how are
ma'am.
you?
Good, and you?
Good, thanks. Right, Christina, if line AB is parallel to line CD, we say that AB, 2 dashes, CD, or AB and that line with the bottom thing, CD. Which one?
The first one.
The first one. Well done. AB, 2 dashes, CD. Those 2 dashes, they mean that they are parallel,
Parallel.
hey? Well
Yes.
done. Thank you so much, Christina.
You're welcome.
All right. And so that means, guys, that for the last one, perpendicular must mean what? What does perpendicular must mean? Perpendicular must mean this last one, hey? So it must mean where the one line is coming into the other line, right? Where the one line is coming into the other line. Okay. So our question says, draw a line. Now we've got to be careful. Pick up your rulers, pick up your pencils. Here we go. Draw a line that passes through C and is parallel to DE. So there's your points. Oh. All right. So draw a line that passes through C, okay, and is parallel to DE. Use the correct symbol to show that the lines are parallel. All right, so draw a line that passes through C and is parallel to DE. Use the correct symbol to show that the lines are parallel. So you got your pencils out, you got your rulers out, all right, you're drawing with me. While you're busy drawing, I'm going to go pull out my ruler so long, because I need a ruler, we know that. Let's grab my ruler. All right, I'm going to bring my ruler down so long.
Guys, I want to remind you in the chat, be specific about something that you do not understand, and I can be to the point and give you a perfect answer. If you just tell me, sir, I don't understand, it'll unfortunately take me way too long to type out this whole class for you, okay? So you need to just tell me what you do not understand, and then I love helping, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Hugo. Okay, I have given you a hint there on how to do the question. Right, I see Chloe's hand up. Chloe, are you going to help me out? Chloe, do you want to unmute yourself and talk to me about what you did? Okay, Chloe seems to be hiding there. All right. Unati? Unati, do you want to tell me what you did? Hi, how do we do this question?
Ma'am. So first I measured the distance between C and D and E.
Fantastic. And what did you get?
And I got 1.5 centimeters.
Cool, because you drew it on your page. Cool. I get on my page,
Yes.
on my page, because your page is different, but I got 4.5 on mine. Cool. And then what did you do?
And then I move my ruler to the end and measure 1.5 and draw dots.
Well done, you rock star. Okay, so very similar to what we did in our last lesson as well. Hey, well done. Cool. Okay, and you drew dots. Awesome. Okay, and now what?
And then I do the same thing on the other side.
Oh, well done. You drew another line. You are amazing. Well done. So just to be sure, hey?
Yes.
Good. I like it. I like your style. Well done. So another dot there. Cool.
And then I drew a line connecting all the dots to C.
You're amazing. Okay, so you drew a line that connected all of these dots. Great.
And then I draw arrows on both ends of the line.
Good. So arrow there. Oh, yeah. Good. An arrow there. And an arrow there.
Yes.
Good. And what
And
symbol?
then I put arrows in the middle of the lines.
You're amazing. Well done. So you could do one line or double lines like that. Either way, perfect. Well done. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Well done. I like that you used
Thank you, ma'am.
two extra points as well. I really like that. It shows that you put extra effort in. Well done. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So I really like that. I like the way it's nice and neat. I like that there's 2 extra lines to make sure that the line was absolutely straight. Okay. That there are arrows to show that the lines are parallel. So those are beautiful, beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful line. It's the absolute correct way to do that. All right. Guys, if you aren't 100% sure of how we did that, I would go back. I would go and watch this video again. Where do you find the videos? You find them on Watobe's website. You find them on YouTube as well. But we're going to go through and we're going to have a look at the next question now. So the next question says, okay, so for those of you who are a bit confused between what's the difference between parallel and then what's the difference between perpendicular, okay, so parallel, we've just done parallel now, equal distance between the 2 lines. Let's have a look at perpendicular. So draw a line that passes through P and is perpendicular to QR. Use the correct symbol to show that the lines are perpendicular. So here they've given us, okay, there they've given us, all right, P, and they've given us this line, which is QR. They want us to draw a line that passes through P and it's perpendicular to this line. All right. Okay, and Nati has asked me, ma'am, does it matter what direction the lines are facing? No, it doesn't, guys. It doesn't matter. Okay. Just as a suggestion here, if you're drawing a perpendicular line and it needs to be 90 degrees, because we haven't yet worked with our compass and played around with it, if you know how to draw with a compass, you're more than welcome to, okay? Because we haven't done that yet in our lessons, all right? I don't expect you to use that. What I would expect you to use here is you can go and use your protractor to help you with this one. Okay, so you can use your protractor to help you with this one. Okay. So while you guys are doing that, I'm going to go grab my protractor quickly because I'm going to need my protractor. I already know. Hey, I agree. The protractor is a lifesaver. Definitely. Ma'am, what do the line, little arrows in the middle of the line represent? That was for our parallel lines. When you have those arrows in the middle of your parallel lines, it just means that the two lines are parallel to each other, guys. That's what those lines and those arrows mean. Okay. All right. So let's go have a look at this question now. So I need to draw a line that is 90 degrees. So what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go and line up my protractor, okay, on my my straight line. So there's my protractor. I've lined it up on my straight line, guys. And what I want to go and do is I want to go and take my pen now. I see that my point P is at the 90-degree point. That's not something that I'm disagreeing with. I can see that point P lines up with that, but I need to join point P to something else so that it makes that 90-degree mark. And if I'm joining it up with something else, it means that, I just want to move my ruler a little bit so that I can have a little bit more space here. Okay, just like earlier on where we saw we wanted to make 3 marks to make our lives a little bit easier, I'm going to go and join. So point P is on the 90-degree line already. I'm going to make another point on this 90-degree line for myself so I can go see it. And I'm going to make one more point on that 90-degree line so that I can see that as well. Okay. Now I'm going to move it. I'm going to bring my ruler here. Turn my ruler around. And I'm going to go and join up those 3 marks. All right. And when I do that, okay, I've got a line that's going through P. Okay, I need to show the correct symbol to show that the lines are perpendicular. What did I tell you guys earlier on shows that the lines are perpendicular? Who can tell me? Who's going to tell me? What shows that the lines are perpendicular? Unati. What shows the lines are perpendicular?
It's a box, ma'am.
A box. Good. So I need to put a little square there. Well done. Nice, Unati. Well done. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, guys, we have come to the end of our lesson, but I'm going to put one more drawing up for you guys while Mr. Hugo puts up the poll for tonight. So there's one more drawing there. It says, draw a line segment labeled FG that's 5 centimeters long, parallel and equal to another line segment labeled JK. So you can go and you can do that last one for you while Mr. Hugo has the poll up. Remember, there are 109 people inside our class, so that means that we are expecting to see 109 people answer the poll. So please make sure you answer the poll before you leave class. All right. I'm going to give you a few minutes to try that last question that's on your screen. So draw a line, and remember it says line segment, okay, that's parallel and equal to another line segment, and label it JK. All right. So reminder, okay, to make sure that you have answered the poll before you leave class. All right, once you have finished the poll, you are more than welcome to log out. That is fine. Otherwise, we are going to do this last question together, and then thanks so much, everybody. Oh, I'm so sad that it feels like you just joined. I know we were having such a nice time. Bye, everybody who's not going to wait with us. Otherwise, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye, guys. Bye, bye. Why so fast? I know. Okay, let's have a look. So I'm going to firstly draw my line segment. So remember, what do I know about a line segment? A line segment has a start and it has an end. So here we go. My line segment needs to be 5 centimeters. I'm going to go and grab my ruler. Here it is. Oh dear. Let's grab that ruler and let's bring it down. All right. I need to turn my ruler all the way around so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So, my ruler, let's make him a bit bigger. We want 5 centimeters long. So let's go do a 5 centimeter long line. So from 0 all the way to 5. Whoopsie, it's a little bit long. We'll just grab our eraser very quickly. There we go, 5 centimeters. Okay. And we want to label him FG. So let's go label him FG. Now he needs to be parallel and equal to another line segment. Now, if I'm really good, I won't move my ruler. I'll leave my ruler exactly where he is. But another way that I can go and do it is I could go and do exactly what we were doing before, turn my ruler around, measure. So I'm going to measure here and make marks. So I'm going to say 3 centimeters, move my ruler 3 centimeters, move my ruler 3 centimeters, turn my ruler around, go and join those 3 points up. It has to be equal to my line segment before, so 5 centimeters long, and this one needs to be J. Okay, how do I show that they're parallel, guys? I put arrows on them. All right, so thank you so much, everybody. Okay, I see 1 or 2 hands up. I'm going to go and answer those very quickly. So I haven't heard from Anam tonight. Anam, do you have a question for me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you,
Yes,
ma'am?
what's it? Fine, thanks, and yourself.
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask, you guys are talking about a poll, something like that.
Yeah.
Can you explain what that is, ma'am?
So the poll that came up on your screen, it said to you, how was the pace of the lesson? You need to select one of those options that came up on your screen. Did that come up on your screen for you, the pace poll?
Yes, ma'am, it came up.
That's what we're talking about.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, no problem. Okay, Brianna, how can I help?
Ma'am, I have a question about
Sure,
the
what's up?
topic.
Yeah.
Ma'am, have we learned about algebraic expressions yet?
We haven't done algebraic expressions yet, Brianna. We only do algebraic expressions next term.
Oh,
Are you doing it in
for us,
class?
yes, ma'am. For us, we
Oh my
learned it.
goodness. Oh my goodness. And how's it going, Brianna?
Ma'am, it's difficult.
Why?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Okay, so do me a favor. When you're doing algebraic expressions, what I want you to think about is the following, okay? Because this is all you're doing in algebraic expressions, using x's and y's and a's and b's and c's. Am I right?
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
what you're doing? So you're going to
Yes,
ask
ma'am.
yourself, what number does this letter have to be to make the sum right? That's what you're asking yourself all the time. That's all you're doing. What number does this letter have to be all the time? That's what you're asking.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, ma'am.
don't get confused. Don't let them get confused you, because it's all the maths that we've done. So you know all this maths that we've been doing for this whole year, it's exactly the same as that, just with letters in it. That's all.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, all right. And we're going to get through it. I promise. I promise we're going to get through it, but only next term, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
All
ma'am.
right. You're welcome,
Bye.
Brianna. Have a good evening. Bye.